When you consider Hashem as a father, as a mother, He will be next to you.
I would like to explain a little bit this week about the Parsha of this of book, the Parsha of Yetziat Mitzrayim. In this Parsha we see how much HaKadosh Baruch Hu, on one hand he was patient with Paro, with the Egyptian, because all what they did to the Bnei Israel. On the other hand, HaKadosh Baruch Hu showed to the Bnei Israel his koach, his strength, that he is the Baal HaBayit. The Zohar HaKadosh said that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, when he came to Egypt, the day of the last day that the Jews were in Egypt, HaKadosh Baruch Hu came at night, before the Makat Bechorot, before that all the firstborn will die. HaKadosh Baruch Hu came, and the night it became like light. So when you see this, you have no doubt about Hashem. I mean, when you see that that's it, finished. It's 12 o'clock at night, and it's not the night, it's the day. I mean, you change the rules, the teva. I mean, to change all the natural. That gives you something to learn that Hashem is Hashem. Hashem is Elohim, is the God. If you see Rashi, when all the firstborn started to be killed, to die, and Paro probably has a lot of wives, Paro, and he had a lot of children, firstborn, they all died. The Torah said there was a lot of screaming in Egypt. Screaming, can you imagine what is screaming? I mean, people are afraid to hear screaming, because people saw there was no house that there was not there a dead man. And the Egyptians, they thought that all of them gonna die. And the Torah said, Vayakom Paro Laela. And Paro, he woke up at night. Rashi, if you say Rashi said he woke up from his bed. That means that Paro, knowing that that night all the firstborn are gonna die, and he was a firstborn, and he wanted to sleep. He wanted to sleep. I mean, just imagine if you are in a plane and they tell you, hey, passengers, there's a problem in the plane. The pilot, he had a heart attack. There is we're in danger. Just imagine people will say, well, let's go to sleep. Who can sleep? That's it. All the passengers will start screaming. Finished. I mean, how Paro went to sleep? From here you see that Paro, he was not so sure about all what's going on. Even that he saw a lot of makot. He saw how much Hashem, he beat, he hurt him. 10 plagues. I mean, can you imagine? Just the last one, before the last plague, it was the darkness. And that darkness, even Paro couldn't move. For 3 days, they were sitting. No one could move. Mamash, it was because people were afraid to move. So no one could move. Only to see this, that gives you a conviction that Hashem is Hashem. So how it's possible that Paro, knowing that this is the last Makkah, This is the last Makkah. How do you say Makkah? Beat, play. This is the last play that he's gonna receive, and he wants to sleep. So from here you see that he did not have a conviction. But the question is, how it's possible that you cannot have a conviction? So you must know something. The conviction, 100% conviction to believe in Hashem, to have 100% conviction to believe in Hashem, it's only if you are humble, if you are battle, if you don't consider yourself. Like, I know a lot of people, rich people, they're not proud. You don't even know that if they are rich. They don't show, look at me, I'm rich. They're Anavim, like Moshe Rabbeinu alav shalom, ve'ish Moshe anav mikol ha'adam. There is people, suddenly, when they were poor, when no one talked to them, no one cares about them. Suddenly they become rich, suddenly they want to, they show up. They can't even, they will not talk to those people that they were their neighbor when they were poor people. Paro, it was very hard for him to accept the fact that he lost. It was, a lot of people, God forbid, they commit suicide. You know why? Because they were rich and they cannot face, and then they become poor and they cannot face people. They cannot change now to live with poor people, and it's hard for them to face it. But if really they believe in Hashem, they will say, well, Adonai Natan, Adonai Laka. Hashem, He give me, and Hashem, He took. Money, it's not something like life. Life, it's not something that you can live all the time. Life, it's the life Hashem give. You don't know how long. Even money turn around. Gargar Hoser. Money, it's when it's his, when it's mine. This is money turn. Only if Hashem, He like he decide that He will let the money to that person. So we let the money to that. But if He decides to take him his money, Hashem has millions of ideas how to take his money. It's nothing. A man, he should know that a man should have. How can you have this conviction, Hashem, when you know that you depend on Hashem? You know what the Admor of Alexander alav shalom, he said something incredible. He said, the more you feel yourself nothing, the more you see Hashem big, and the more you see yourself big, you will see Hashem small. So Paro, he couldn't believe, he couldn't accept the fact that now he's going to be like everybody. You understand? He couldn't accept that now he's going to be like everybody. No, because yesterday he was more than everybody. Yesterday he considered himself God. Yesterday he had every time he had to fight with Moshe and Aaron, and always he showed them that he beat them. Never Paro, he beat Moshe and Aaron in that fight during that day. But always Paro was fighting. And always at the end, he showed to Moshe, hey, I beat you. It's like you have two people who in the catch, they fight together, and there is one who lost, and then they count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. They decide he lost the game, and then he stand up and he do like that. He show himself to people, I won. You're kidding, you're joking. The first prize is the one who win who will take the first prize. Maybe you will get something. Maybe they give you a small check, but the big check is the one who won the game. That was Paro. Every time he lose the game, and after losing the game, he showed that he won the game. He could. That's why, for the last play, he went to sleep. Why he wanted to sleep? He wanted to show people, I did not lose the game yet. I mean, can you imagine? Hey, Paro, are you crazy? Are you crazy? You're gonna die tonight. You will die tonight. No. You know, even Moshe Rabbeinu he had a big problem with Paro. The Torah said that Moshe Rabbeinu said to Paro, hey Paro, you know, Kahatzot, around midnight, Hashem will kill all the firstborn in Egypt. He did not tell him midnight, around midnight. Why? Because Paro, he was a clever man. Paro, can you imagine? Paro, he could say to Moshe, hey Moshe, you said at midnight, but Hashem killed all the firstborn at 12:05, or 5 to 12. I mean, Paro, you crazy. What matter 5 past or 5 before 12? You want to discuss about minutes, but the fact is that people, all the firstborn die. For me, you see that Paro, that way Paro, Moshe Rabbeinu, he said to Paro that so that Paro would not have no argument, he would not have any excuse. He told him around midnight. So around midnight, it's Paro, he look at the watch, it's 5 past 12, or if Paro see the watch 5 to 12, well, that's what Moshe said, around midnight. What is around midnight? 1 minute before 12, 1 minute after 12. But I mean, can you imagine how even that Paro, he lost all his children, all the firstborn, and he remained the only one? Can you imagine that? Even with all what's going in Egypt, people screaming, ba, 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 ba. He will think, well, Moshe, it was not right. He said at midnight, but all the firstborn got killed at 5 to midnight or 5 past midnight. I mean, this is the Gava. It won't accept that he was beaten, that Moshe Rabbeinu, he beat him. So now the problem, Paro, with who he has the problem? With Hashem or with Moshe? This is the challenge. I mean, now Paro has a point. On one hand, Paro, he said, Hashem Atzadik. It's by Elokimi. Paro, he believed in Hashem. But his problem was, how can a human being like Moshe is a man, how can he beat me? Up to now, I was God. He considered himself as God. How can he beat me? So he couldn't accept the fact that there is a man like him, and that man, he was born, he was brought up in his house. How can he be better than him? I mean, he couldn't accept it. I was Paro, now I'm nothing. So he couldn't accept it. I mean, he showed that he accepted, but in his heart he didn't accept. This is the Gava. This Gava, he was proud. He was arrogant, knowing tonight maybe he will die, knowing tonight maybe all his children will die, all the firstborn Egyptian, all the firstborn will die. And Paro, he made it clear to everybody, I'm going to go to sleep, I'm going to go to bed, I'm not scared. I'm not scared. This is something that we have to learn. But now I want to now that we know and we learn from the Torah how much a man should be very careful. How much a man really should be very, very careful. Now, we would like to know how much you should be careful to accept the fact that everything came from Hashem. Hashem decided who to choose, even the prophet. Hashem decided this is Moshe, not Aaron. I mean, Hashem decided, that's it. When Hashem take a decision, that's it. We have to accept the decision. I mean, Paro, he couldn't accept that he's losing. You have to accept that it's finished. Anymore, you cannot be the king of the world. Not anymore, you can have the Jews in your place. You have to accept. Not because 400 years you were in your place, so you have to hold all of them. No, you have to accept. Now, let's go a little bit back. Let's see in the beginning of Parsha Bo. The beginning. Now we want to understand a little bit who was Moshe. Moshe was something. Now we want to try to understand who was really Moshe. That Hashem chose Moshe. Be'emet. There were so many people, that they could be like Moshe, but Moshe, let's a little bit learn a little bit about Moshe, to know. Maybe from that we can learn a lot of things. First, you should know that Moshe Rabbeinu, he was brought up in the palace. The palace. He was a prince. We had Ish Moshe. He was a prince. His mother, she was the adoptive mother, she was Batia, the daughter of Paro. And Moshe, he was like a king. And he was very, very well respected. Look in the Torah, how much the Torah talk about Moshe, that he went Vayered Elechav. Even that he was what he was, but he did not consider himself something. He wanted to see his brothers. They were slaves. He helped them. And the Gemara said that he was crying. He was crying, my brothers, why you suffer like that? He was crying. Moshe, you're a prince. No. Why I am a prince? Why I have beautiful clothes? And my brothers, they are slaves. The way I see them. He helped them. Moshe Rabbeinu, he did not accept what he was. He did not accept that he was a free man. He was a prince. He was rich, and he had a special protocol, bodyguards, everything, people around him, and his brothers, they were poor people, slaves, and they had nothing to eat. He could not accept that. That's why Hashem chose him. Hashem chose always a man who recognized there is Hashem, because Abal Gava, when somebody is proud, when somebody is arrogant, that means he considers himself as a creator, as something special. The only one who is special is Hashem. He is the creator. Adonai Malach Yehut Lavish. Hashem, he can be, he has a title to be Baal Gava. Only Hashem. Gava is Gematria Yudke. The word pride is the same letters, is Gematria. If you calculate Gava, Gimel, it's how much? 3. Aleph, 4. Ga'a, Va, 6. 10. And He, 15. And Yud Ke, it's Yud Ke. The name of God, it's 15. That means only Hashem can be a Baal Gava. Only HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So, only a Baal Gava, only Hashem, Adonai Melach Yehut Lavish. And what the Torah said, Ve'ish Moshe Anav, Moshe Rabbeinu was the opposite of the Gava, because he knew that the Gava belonged only to Hashem. A man who realized that Hashem, he is the one, he is the creator, he is the king. So automatically, he feels himself nothing. It's like you take a zvuv.
Mosquito.
Like a mosquito. Take a mosquito. A mosquito.
Fly.
A fly, a mosquito, in front of a man. She's nothing. The man can kill her. It's nothing. But you see the mosquito, she's very hatzuf. She's very proud. She will come back. She will come around your face to bite you. and you throw her, and she will come because she feels she's something. Because why? Because she fly. Because she fly, and you can't fly. So because she can walk and she can fly. So she think, I can walk and I can fly, and this man can only walk. So I'm better than him. So I will fight him. I mean, it's crazy. Okay, he cannot fly like you, but he's stronger. The man is stronger than you. I mean, it's not normal. I mean, Paro, with all what you got, all the play that you got, what you want to fight Hashem? What you want to fight? No, he has a problem. His problem is not Hashem, his problem is Moshe. Why? Because Moshe, he was Anav. Ish Moshe Anav. I mean, can you imagine? And Paro, he knows that he's nothing. He considers himself as God, and he go to the toilet. I mean, a God cannot go to the toilet. God is God. And he's stood in front of him, a man, Anav, a man that is supposed to be a king, the king of the Jews, a prophet, whatever he said happened. And it was hard for him to accept Moshe. It's easy for you, if you want to be like Moshe, so learn from him. Like Bilam HaRasha. Why we call Bilam HaRasha? Because he was a big prophet, Bilam, like Moshe. But he couldn't accept that there is a man, prophet like him. He couldn't accept. Why? Because Paro and Bilam, they were very big friends. They were very, very big, very good friends. He could not accept Bilam. I know when Moshe was born. Look, Moshe, now he talks with Hashem. He talks with Hashem. He's a king. He beat Paro. He couldn't resist. He couldn't accept. Yitro, he was as well a big friend of Bilam. And what the Torah said about Yitro, he came to the Midbar, he came to the desert. He canceled himself. Up to now, Yitro, he was a big priest. People, they were afraid of him. He represents all kinds of avodah zarah in the world, Yitro. But when he realized that Hashem is Hashem, he canceled himself. And he came to, that's why we give a parasha of Yitro in his name. That's why the Matan Torah is in Parashat Yitro. Why the Matan Torah is in Parashat Yitro? To tell you that the Torah, anyone who think who is Hashem, anyone who cancels himself, he can be a big man. He can be something special. I mean, for me, the parasha of Matan Torah, we should give it the name of Moshe, Parashat Moshe. Why? Because it's Moshe who gave us the Torah. Like Torah Tzivalanu Moshe, Morasha Kila. So why we give it the Parashat Yitro? Because Yitro, he was a goy. Yitro, he was not Moshe. He was a goy. There is a big difference between a Jew who become a big tzaddik and a goy who become a big tzaddik. I mean, Moshe, he has his descendant. He descends from Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov, but not Yitro. Yitro, he was a priest of avodah zarah. So because Yitro, he canceled himself, Kashrei said, well, because you canceled you said, I put your name in the parasha of Matan Torah. On the other hand, and he was a friend of Paro and a friend of whom? Of Bilam. At least he decided, he realized the emet. On the other hand, you see Paro, he couldn't understand, he could resist to accept Moshe as a big man. Bilam the same, he couldn't accept that Moshe is a big man. But Yitro, he did accept, even that Yitro, he was the father-in-law of Moshe Rabbeinu. When he came to the desert, he sent some people to Moshe. He said, Moshe, I know now you are the king. If you can come to welcome me. If you can't, so do it for your daughter, Tzipora. If you feel that I am Ito, I'm nothing, and my daughter, she's nothing. So at least if you can come and accept me for your children. Look, on one hand you have Yitro, that he cancelled himself in front of Hashem, in front of Moshe. You have the other hand, Bilam and Paro. Sometimes they cancel themselves in front of Hashem, but they never cancel themselves in front of Moshe. Never. Now let's talk now. Now you understand why Moshe Rabbeinu now let's go a little, let's explain something incredible. The Parsha of this week, it's named Parsha Bo. Why the Parsha it's named Bo? So the Zohar said Bo after the plague of La Grêle, the plague of Barad, of rain, that there was a Barad, storms, a lot of storms after that plague. Paro was afraid. He said to Moshe, Moshe, please forgive me. And then after he told him, get out, I don't see you again. So Hashem said to Moshe, boy Paro, let's come to Paro. The Zohar Kadosh said that Moshe, he was afraid to go. He was afraid to go. He said, Hashem, please, you tell me, Bo El Paro, now Paro become dangerous. Look, he got 6-7 plagues, and still he resists. He makes games. He cannot accept that he lost the battle. So Hashem, get rid of him, kill him, that's it. Hashem said, no, I cannot kill him. I can't kill him. You know why I can't kill him? Because I have to give him 10 plagues. I have to give him 10 plagues. 10 makot. I cannot get rid of him like that. Why? Because the one who protects Paro, he lives in the Shamayim. His name is the snake, the Tanin. And this snake, he was somewhere in the Shamayim. And that snake, he helped Paro to become strong, and to resist Hashem. As you know, Hashem, he created 2 kohot, 2 strengths, Tum'ah and Kedusha. The holiness and the Tum'ah. How do you say that?
Impurity.
The impurity, the klipa. Like Itzaratov and Itzara. You wake up, you go to shul, the Itzaratov tell you, go to pray, and the Itzara tell you, there, talk. He push you to talk. The telephone ring, and you see, you deconcentrate yourself from the tefillah, you see who called you. Look, this is the Tokohot. Hashem, he created Tokohot. This is the protocol. That's why we say, Hakol b'di shamayim, chutz me'ah. Everything is in the hand of Hashem. Money, health, to find a woman, a wife, to get married, to find a house. Whatever you want, Hashem, whatever you need, you can get it. You can, except your Hashemayim. To fear Hashem, that Hashem will not help you. You can win, everything could be, you can decide which doctor you go. You can decide which house you will live. You can, one thing, whatever you want to do, when you decide, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will help you. From the Shamayim, will help you to get whatever you want. You want to live in Australia? Hashem will help you to live in Australia. You want to marry that woman? Hashem will help you to marry that woman. You want to become rich? Maybe Hashem will help you to become rich. One thing Hashem will not help you. You ask Hashem, please help me, I want to have you at Shamayim. Please Hashem help me, I want to fear you. Hashem will tell you, no, I will not help you. This is your job. הכל בידי שמיים, חוץ מהשם. To fear Hashem, Hashem, He will not help you. Hashem, He will help you to understand the Torah. But He will not help you to fear Him. That is your job. But when you start to do everything you can to fear Hashem, then Hashem can help you. When He see you that Be'emet, when Hashem say that Be'emet you want to fear Him, and the Tzara He stop you, so then Hashem He said, I'll help you. So now there is a big problem. The problem is Hashem He created protocol. What is His protocol? The word exists with Yitzhara Tov, Yitzhara. I mean, the only time Be'ezat Hashem that there will not be Yitzhara anymore when Mashiach will come. When the Jews receive the Torah, at that moment, the Yitzhara disappear. Hashem, you know why? Because at that moment when Hashem gave the Torah, Hashem came to the world. He came to earth. So Be'emet was, the Yitzhara disappeared. And if the Bnei Israel would not do the Egel, the idolatry, the Yitzhara will be finished. Unfortunately, they bring back the Yitzhara with the Egel. So now you understand. Now there was a big problem. You know what the problem was? The problem was that Moshe Rabbeinu said to Hashem, please, after 7 plagues, I can't carry on anymore. Finish. We have to finish with him. Let's get out from here. Hashem said, no. There is a protocol. There is a protocol that we have to beat the Tzara. We have to beat the Klippa. We have to win. And I cannot help it. This is a protocol. I can't help it. It's like a king. You know a king. A king, when he get to the car, there is some servant who open the door. Now just imagine that he want to open the door himself, the king. So the people who are around him, they stop him. They tell him, Majesty, it's not your kavod. There is a protocol. But I am the king. I want to open the car. Okay, you are the king. But because you are the king, we will not let you open the car. Because we learn the protocol when we can let you do what you want to do, when we have to stop you not to do what you want to do. It's a protocol. This is a protocol. And the protocol is, Ze le'omad ze be'am Elokim. HaKadosh Baruch Hu created 2 forces, one in the front of the other one. The one who will win, he will win. So it's up to the man. It's up to the man to beat, to fight. If he fight, he beat the Tzara. If he don't fight, so he lose. The Tzara win. So Hashem said to Moshe, Bo el Paro, now most of the war we won it. Now still only free play. Now you know what we do? We're going to go to his place. We're going to bring him out from there, and I will come with you. Bo el Paro, that means Ani ve'ata, me and you. We go together. Up to now, Paro is not afraid of you. Now let's go to the source. Let's go to the main place from where Paro gets all the cohort, all the strength. But Moshe said to Hashem, but who can enter there? There is the house of the Klippa, the house of the Satan. There it's terrible. Who can? He said, I will go with you. And they went together. When the Klippa saw Hashem, when the Sar of Mitzrayim saw Hashem, he ran away. He ran away. Now Hashem said to Moshe, now let's bring the army. Now let's carry on the free play that we have left. Now he's not anymore up there. Now he's there. He's running. He's running. But the free play that were left, they were very, very dangerous. They were very strong. It was the strong. Now you understand why Hashem give the play of darkness. Why? Why darkness? Why do we need darkness? Why Hashem did not do something? Because the Klippa represent the darkness. The Klippa represent the darkness. That we call the darkness Hoshech. Hoshech is darkness. The Hoshech, the darkness, is the symbol of the Klippa. White, the color of white, represents the Kedusha. That's why we in Kippur we wear white clothes. That's when somebody died, we buried him with something white, not with something black. White. Why Hashem give this play of darkness? Because Hashem wanted to show the Klippa that their symbol is darkness. Look, you are Hoshech, you are darkness, and I will bring light in the darkness. The Jews will see, and you will not see. Huh? Look what kind of Makkah Hashem gives to the darkness, to the Klippa. That was spectacular. It was a spectacular Makkah to the Klippa, to the darkness. That means they're supposed to be the Muslim, they govern the Klippa, the darkness is supposed to govern the darkness, and that night during those 3 days that was the darkness, you could not govern nothing. That means they are nothing. That way a man is not allowed to go in the desert in the darkness alone because of the Klippa. Because the darkness, the Klippa represents the darkness. And look, V'ilchol bin Israel or b'mushmotam. And the Jews, what happened to the Jews? There was light. Now, who lost the war now? Paro. Yes or no? Yes or no? Paro lost. Because during 3 days, he saw that the darkness cannot govern anymore. You know what he did? He wanted to show people, hey, you think that I agree that the darkness was lost? Tonight I'm going to go to sleep. ויקום פרעה לילה. הבנת? ויקום. And the last play, you see, the last play, what was this last play? The death. And what it is death? Is darkness. Tzalmavet. That means that Hashem, He wanted to finish completely with the darkness. When somebody dies, it's Hoshech, it's darkness. But Paro knowing that really in Erev Pesach, the darkness will be completely lost because it will be finished completely, what he did, he went to sleep. He said he took some pills so he can have a good sleep. But what happened? The scream that the Egyptian was screaming, Vayakom Paro Laila. Oh, it's incredible. Look the way Hashem, look the fight that it was between Hashem and Paro. It's just like a fight, because this is the protocol. The protocol is Hashem, he had to reduce the strength from Paro step by step, till he finished with him. And that will answer all kinds of questions. Why Hashem, he did not finish with Paro right away? Why Hashem, it took him so long time? Why? Because Hashem, when Hashem punished somebody, he don't punish him quick. He punish him slowly. Because maybe in the meantime we'll do teshuvah. Maybe he will wake up. And Paro, he was a big Baal Gava. And Hashem, he said to Moshe, Moshe, you know Paro is a big Baal Gava, but respect him. He's the king. There is a protocol that you have to respect. Even that you, Moshe, you are Moshe, and you come to see Paro from me, but don't forget, there is a protocol. Paro is a king. Because he's a Baal Gava, he's a king. Okay, but we will reduce his cohort slowly by slowly. Look how long it took Paro completely to be reduced, to finish completely. Till the Egyptians, the Jews crossed the sea, the Egyptians were in the sea. Then Hashem, he
drowned.
He drowned them in the water. So then Paro, he woke up. He said, Mi kamocha b'elim Hashem. Who is like you? I'm sorry, Hashem. Mi kamocha b'elim Hashem. Sorry. Now I know that you are Hashem. Now I know that you are Hashem. Before, and then, of course, Mi kamocha b'elim Hashem, Mi kamocha ne'ela b'kodesh. Now, Paro realized, and that's what the Torah says quickly, Vayaminu Hashem u'Moshe Abdu. And the Jews, they believe in Hashem and Moshe. Because you must know that to believe on Hashem, you have to go through the tzaddikim. Because how can you know Hashem? How can you realize Hashem? No one can know Hashem. But through tzaddikim, that you see how they serve Hashem, you can come to a level to know Hashem. That's why Moshe Rabbeinu alav Shalom, all people they learn from him. Look, as big as Moshe is, he never took advantage of his cohort. Always he was moderate. Always he was humble. He was like nothing. Now you understand why the Torah said, that the Jews, they believe in Hashem and Moshe, because if it was not Moshe, they would never believe in Hashem. Through Moshe, they know who is Hashem. But the contrary, Paro, always he wanted to fight Moshe. I mean, if he would accept Moshe from the beginning, he would believe in Hashem. On one hand, he said, Mi Hashem asher yishma b'kolo. Who is Hashem? Me. Who is Hashem? That I will listen to him. Who is Hashem? And then at the end, what he said, Mi kamocha b'elim Hashem. Who is like you? On one hand, he said, who are you? Who are you? Mi kamocha. Mi Hashem. Who are you? And then he said, who is like you? From who are you? Who is like you? But if from the beginning, Paro, he will learn from Moshe, as big as he was nothing. He considered himself as nothing. And even that he was better than him, he respected him. Because he was the king. And Moshe, that he was the king too, he was nothing. He didn't consider himself nothing. That's why it's very important that the Torah mentioned that the Jews, they believe in Hashem and Moshe. Because you cannot believe in Hashem without learning, teaching from the tzaddikim. It's from the tzaddikim you learn who is HaKadosh Baruch Hu. From what I said, and Paro did, because he wanted to fight Moshe, so he could never learn from Moshe how to fear Hashem. That's why always Paro changed. Every time he said, I believe in you, and then he don't believe in him. I believe, because always he wanted to fight Moshe. His mind said, fight Moshe. He needed, I think Paro needed a psycholog. he needed a therapist.
He thought he's a Napoleon.
he needed a therapy. He was crazy, he was mad. I would like just to finish with something that more or less this is the show. More or less this is the show of today. But there is something that I want to tell you. Now we understand how much Hashem is fantastic. Never Hashem is, never Hashem has shalom. He punished somebody quick. Always, he give him time. Can you imagine all what we do? Look, every year on Kippur we say to Hashem pardon, and then after we start again. HaKadosh Baruch Hu ma'arich hapo. He give us chance. This is Hashem. This is HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And that's why it's very important that that's why a man he cannot jump. A man cannot be a tzaddik quickly. He can't, because you have in front of you the Yitzhara. He's stronger than you. How can you jump and say I beat him? It's impossible. You cannot beat him. You have to go slowly, and then you will beat him. I mean, it's impossible to beat him right away. If the plane, when the plane wants to take off, he starts to run slowly, then he take off. And this is life. This is when Hashem is going to punish somebody, he don't punish quick, he punish slowly. Now, because we're talking about the emunah, we're talking about Hashem, that to learn how to believe on Hashem, how to respect Hashem, how to serve Hashem, it's only through tzaddikim. It's through tzaddikim. And through emunah. Without emunah, you can learn nothing. So there is a story that happened last year when we were here in the Shabbaton. I don't know if you heard of it or not. Huh? It's a fabulous story. I remember that what is the rabbi? The name. There's a rabbi who worked in the Mount Sinai synagogue, and this rabbi, I know him for a few years, and they have no children. For 12 years, they have no children, and every time he comes for a bracha, and the doctors told her, it's like a stone, a rock. You cannot imagine that a rock can have a baby. So he said, you are like the rock. You cannot have the babies. Finished. You cannot have children. So, poor woman, but they still had emunah, they prayed. And every time they asked Hashem. But last year, in the Shabbaton, when it was in Mincha, when we opened the Sefer Torah, he came. And he was crying. He said, you talked about emunah. And if the way you explain what it is emunah, that means that Hashem can do everything. So if Hashem can do everything, so we want a baby. Even that the doctor said that we cannot have children, it's finished. That the body of my wife, it's like a rock, that we can, but Hashem can change. And he was crying. And she was crying. So I told him, look, you just pray. And Be'ez Hashem, next year, next Shabbaton, or next time I will be here, I will see you with a baby in your hand. I mean, the doctor or anyone who will listen to that kind of promise with the zichut of Rabbi Haim Pinto, no one could believe. It's impossible. I mean, I repeat, with the zichut of Rabbi Haim Pinto alav shalom. So I did not know nothing. Yesterday, I was in the shul, I did the shiur, and then we went to Pipi Kalash for the dinner that he did. And I saw that rabbi, a baby in his hand. I told him, whose baby? He said, this is my baby. When my wife she got pregnant the month that you left Mexico. The doctors didn't believe. No one believed. This is the baby of Rabbi Haim Pinto. This is the produce of Rabbi Haim, made in Israel. How you believe this? How? This is Vayaminu B'Shem u'Moshe Rabbeinu. I mean, you know what it is the problem? Sometimes it's very, people they will tell you, we believe in Hashem. But don't talk to me about tzaddikim. I don't want to know about tzaddikim. But how can you know Hashem if you don't learn from the tzaddikim? How can you know? I mean, you buy an ordinator, a computer. There is a program how to use it. I mean, how can you use it without a program? There is a program. There is a CD that teach you how to use it. How can you use your Judaism without knowing the program? And the program is tzaddikim. I promise you, only from tzaddikim I learn. Only from them. Always I study stories about them. Through the stories of tzaddikim, I have emunah on Hashem, I have more emunah on HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Otherwise, I'll be lost. Even that I am 62 years old, I can be a big Rasha if I want. I can. Atami be'atzmach adjamuda, as long as you live, you can be a big Rasha. Even if you are a big tzaddik, you can be a big Rasha. But how can you fight? Because Yitzhak is strong. Yitzhak is an angel. You are only a human being. So how can you resist him? Through learning from the tzaddikim. And the tzaddikim, they learn from other tzaddikim. And this is, we all learn from Moshe Rabbeinu, from Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov. Otherwise, we will be like Paro. Because a lot of people accuse Paro. Hey, Paro, he was a big Rasha, he fighted Hashem. No, Paro did not fight Hashem. Paro, he believed in Hashem. Paro, he said, Hashem HaTzadik ve'ani Hesed HaTzadik, and we are the Rasha'im. Even Paro, he said to Yosef, he said to his people, have you seen a man that the wisdom of Hashem is on him, like this man Yosef? I mean, they believe there is Hashem. But the problem was to believe in a man. That was the problem. They believe in Hashem, yes. Like everybody, I believe in Hashem. You will see a lot of people in synagogue, they put two tefillin, they believe in Hashem. But do they believe in tzaddikim? No. So if you don't believe in the tzaddikim, how can you believe in Hashem? Do you know Hashem? Have you seen him? Those tzaddikim, how much they worked so hard to reach this level to believe in Hashem. And you say you believe in Hashem without tzaddik, without learning from nobody. There's a program. This is the problem of today. And that's why, that's why a man who wants to believe in Hashem, his first step, he should learn the program. How to serve Hashem. How to serve Hashem. So look at the tzaddikim, how they served Hashem. How they were humble, they did tzedakah, they did ma'asim tovim, this is the program. This is the program. But Paro, he jumped the program. He didn't want to believe in Hashem through Moshe Rabbeinu. He said, I believe in Hashem directly. And even at the end, he said, Mika mocha b'elev Hashem. Directly. No, you cannot believe in Hashem directly. You have to learn from others. The Gemara said, and I finish with this. A man, how would you do that you will not do avera? You should you should know from where you come from. You come from sperm, from nothing, from something that is a smell. You came from the breath. With the breath, you go to the toilet. From there you came. Can you imagine? You came through that tunnel, a filthy tunnel. From there you came. So you came from there, and you are Baal Gava, you are proud. You don't know from that one day you will face Hashem, and He will judge you. So if you see those three things, you will never do Avera. Da'amei bata, you should know from where you come from, in front who you will be judged, or who will judge you. So now we understand why Adam HaRishon, the question was, why Adam HaRishon eat? Hashem told him, no, don't eat, you eat. Because the Mishnah said, you should always know from where you came. But Adam HaRishon, he did not know that teaching from where he came. He was created by Hashem. Because you need three things to know. If you know those three things, you will know the Avera. But Adam, he only knew two things. He knew there is Hashem and he will judge him. But he did not know from where he came. That's why he was a Baal Gav. That's why he ate it from that tree. So can you imagine? So now we have Baruch Hashem. We have all kinds of things that we can do from tzaddikim, the bitul from tzaddikim, and that I finish. That's why on Pesach we eat matzah. We don't eat hametz because hametz is the symbol of the gava, and the matzah is the symbol of the anava. All the problem is reduce yourself in front of a tzaddik. Why? Because the tzaddik, he reduced himself in front of Hashem. Learn from him how to reduce yourself in front of Hashem. How can you learn how to reduce yourself in front of Hashem? From the tzaddik. Otherwise, that was the problem. And that is why on Pesach we learn a lot about this. Only through learning about all these stories we will cancel ourselves in front of Hashem. And then what happened? And then you can receive the Torah. You can only receive the Torah if you reduce yourself in front of Hashem. How can you receive the Torah from HaKadosh Baruch Hu if you are a Baal Ga'ava? How? So first, reduce yourself in front of Hashem, in front of the tzaddikim, then you can be able to receive the Torah. שהקדוש ברוך הוא give you ברכה והצלחה.